So if we want to restrict the detail section of the table to only the top 10 rows, we can do that through scripting. NPrinting supports 3 different types of scripts. If I want to configure those, I can do that in the PixelPerfect report properties. And scrolling down to the script section, we see that script language here can be configured to be C#, Visual Basic, or JavaScript.NET. We will keep it with C#, which is the default language. And I will highlight the detail section of the report because here is where I want to apply my script. So I will open up the scripts node. I want the script to run before printing, so I'll click on New. And from my note sheet, which you will have this material as part of the tutorial, I will just copy and paste in a script to limit to the top n rows. And in this case, we are using 10, but this can be completely arbitrary if you want to use this script in one of your reports. I'll close out of the script editor and let's just run a preview to make sure, in fact, that we are only getting the top 10 rows. Okay, let's scroll down. Our borders came through. We have the top 10 rows, top 10 sales reps. So let's move on to the group footer inside of the report. And to that, I will right-click on the detail section, insert a band, group footer. And as we did with the headers, let's start by dragging in a table box. And we have to do a few cosmetic things like stretching out the columns so they line up appropriately with the columns above. Okay, now we need to update the script so that it will include properties and functions to create the totals for the top 10 rows. And to do that, we need to add a few more variables. And then after we have set the top n rows, there's some more to the script we need to add and paste in accordingly. We can close out of the script editor. And now for table cell 8, we need to configure the type of events that will correspond to the script as well. So let's go down to its scripts node, and we want to search for summary get result. And from the drop-down list, we want on summary get result total sales. So this lets PixelPerfect know where to look for the data. The summary reset can also be set to on summary reset total sales. That means that NPrinting will reset all variables before it creates a new report. And then lastly, summary row changed. We can do that to on summary row changed total sales. And this lets NPrinting know that the function should run for each row in the table, and then we'll calculate the corresponding totals for sales as well as for margin. And then from there, we can close out of the script editor for this cell. For the cell, let's open up the Smart tag. And the first thing we want to do is to bind the appropriate field. So we'll open up summary by clicking on the 3 dots. The bound field, once again, we know from the printout, from the export data, that our revenue or sales is given by the field starting with NPP. We want the format string to be the same currency one that we've been using all along in the report. Now we need to do something similar for table cell 9. Let's go to its script properties. And here the only one that we need to assign is summary get result. And we will use on summary get result total margin. Once again, we're not making any changes to the script, so we can close out of this. But let's open up the Smart tag one more time. And let's go to the summary and appropriately bind the field. Margin percentage is given by the field starting with DBU. The summary function, again, will be custom, since that will correspond to something we've set up in the script. The format string, this is a %. Let's go with the same single decimal point that we've used all along. And we will run the summary according to the group. And let's click on OK. All right, so let's have a look and see if we have our totals formatted appropriately. And then we can talk a little bit about conditional formatting, where we can assign certain thresholds, and that will change the appearance of how the data comes through in the table if, in fact, those thresholds are met.